Welcome, everyone. Happy Saturday. And today we are looking through my Temu haul, all the stuff that I got. And we are joined by special guest Pixel, my pug, who is sitting right here. And hopefully, this mic, excuse me, is directional enough that you cannot hear her breathing. Because I can. I always can. Maybe I'll put the mic up to her later. Anyway, my name's Trisha. Thank you for joining me. And we today are going to check out all the stuff that I ordered from Temu 2 weeks ago. So, this is the bag. Most of it arrived pretty quickly. There was one last item that didn't arrive until yesterday. But that's all good. It was shipped separately for some reason. Let's get into it. I did already open it because I was a bit concerned that the website had said that I had received everything, and I was like, I don't think I really did. So I had to open it and just kind of check around. But I didn't jump into everything and I didn't unwrap the individual items. So let's get it started. All right. So the first thing you can see is already sticking out because I didn't want to shove it all the way back in are the guides for putting on heat transfer vinyl on a shirt. And holding it up to myself, it looks like it's about, like, looking at it like this. Let me move this out of the way. And because of the light, there's going to be reflection on the packaging. But I will. Oof, that might be worse. All right. We'll see what we can do about that. All right. Turned on my overhead lights. Maybe that will offset it. Doesn't look like it. Anyway. All right. That might be as good as we can get for right now. Anyway. So, these are the shirt guides, and they do come with a tape measure. That's the word I was looking for. Let me open them up here. Collectively, they feel really sturdy. Yeah, and each one, they're nice and light and flexible. Oh, they have a film on them to take off. You can see here, they've got like a film. So they are totally crystal clear once you take the film off. I don't see a reason to take the film off, honestly, because I can see just fine through it. Although once I start to use them, I might do that. So I appreciate that there's a child one. Oh, let me turn them so get out of my way, so they're right side up. So let me just give me a second and I will bring up my order on the Temu website so that I can tell you as I'm looking at these how much each item cost. All right. So these were $5. 9-piece t-shirt, ruler, guide, vinyl alignment tool. So $5 is well worth it for this. So you've got this says V-neck back. So this is the back of a V-neck shirt, youth back. children back, V-neck front. Get back to my string there. V-neck front, you can see the V. Adult front, like with a crew neck. Youth front, children front. Now, I'm not honestly sure the difference between the youth and the children, in terms of like what size that actually amounts to. Gauging this, I'm gonna say children is probably like babies and toddlers, whereas youth is a little older. Um, because I think that's about the size of shirt that like a baby or a 1-year-old wears. So $5 for that. Plus, I mean, you would pay at the store like $1 for this. It's not worth $1, but you would pay $1 for it. So that is really good for $5. Okay, let's put them back into. Let me move this. I just have that kind of on my surface here so that I know generally where the center is. All right. So that was one of the larger priced purchases, actually. Sorry. Let me come back here. So that was one of the higher priced items. So we got that one out of the way. Next, and that was truly part of the craft tools. Now, I did tell you that not all of the things I was going to buy were really going to be a craft tool like this, because this is adorable. It's a bunny peep. It's nice. It's soft. It doesn't feel like gross. Um, the eyes and the nose are embroidered, so they're not like they're not just like stuck on, or they're not gonna fall off either. That's really nice. And this one I paid. Let me grab my $2.28 for this, which ain't bad. $2.28. It doesn't it For a second I thought it had a squeaker in it because I was feeling around and there was like a ball of something. I think it's just whatever it's stuffed with, which I don't want to know. Um, but yeah, this will be very cute to give my friend's baby. Okay. I'm sorry, the latent ASMR of all the packaging, doing my best. All right. So this I'm excited for. It is an HD TV video capture. Uh and I paid $5.48 for this. So in theory, what I should be able to do, I'm actually kind of surprised that the entire package is in English, because that's not usual sometimes when you order from these kind of sites. So the theory is that I would be able to plug in the HDMI cord of my DSLR camera and then plug this into my computer and be able to use my DSLR basically as my video camera for these streams. So I I thought about bringing this out and setting it up for this, but I would much rather do that um, for a future stream where I'm actually doing something I want you guys to see really well. This is, I mean, I want you to see this, obviously, but it's not mission critical that this is. Son of a monkey. It's not mission critical that this is like the sharpest of quality for you to see me unbox things. Okay. So I am tucking that aside, and then I'm actually going to put that with my soundboard stuff so that I have it. This mic is so directional, I have to really remember that when I turn my head, you probably can't hear me. All right. Next item. Pulling at random. Not a craft tool, but handy for me. So this is just a phone stylus, and I like this style. It's bagged in the bag. That's useless. I like this style a lot because it's got the smaller end and the bigger end. And when I'm playing games on my phone, like I'm playing Two Dots or I'm playing a scavenger hunt, um, or I'm playing with my color, like my paint by numbers app, I really like to have these more than using my finger. Just, I don't know, just feels nicer. So I like this. I've had other ones like it that the rubber just, finally gave up. So needed a new one. And this one cost me a whopping, hold on to your butts, 98 cents. So the price was right. Okay. I'm going to set that there where I'm going to use it later. Toss that into my trash bag I got down here. Pull out the next item. The fook. Okay, I know what this is. This is a shiny purple minifigure, Lego style, but not Lego style, not Lego brand. You know what I'm saying? All right, it is 100% in pieces, but I expected that, and it's just straight up. Let me move this. All right, it has no kind of markings on it, which I kind of dig. So we've got the arms. Each leg not being attached to this is a little interesting. That it's in that far a state of disassembly. But actually, I almost bought a couple of these that were in different, like pearlescent, metallic-y colors. So that's kind of good to know that I could mix and match them if I wanted to. That would be cool. Okay. I don't. I will put this together on stream a little later. Let me move all that aside. And this was, not a craft tool, just an I want it. All right, next. The USB-C cable. Again, not a craft tool, but that's interesting. Is that USB-C? I guess it is. It doesn't look big enough. Hold on. I've got another USB-C right here. Okay, it is. So I've just got a nice long USB-C cable. Because most of the stuff that I have in general doesn't take a USB-C. Most of it takes still a micro USB. But this was 50 cents for this cable. And it's got a long cord, so that's what I wanted it for. But since I have, so it was that I have these Sony noise canceling Bluetooth headphones. They took the USB-C, and that was literally the only thing for the last like 2 years that I've had that uses a USB-C connection. Because I have an iPhone And yeah. And then I got an iPad recently, a new iPad, which has the USB-C connection. And then like I started getting other things that also had a USB-C connection, just little um I got a microscope, like a digital microscope, USB-C connection. I got a little like facial hair thing, USB-C connection. I'm like, okay. So I didn't have a lot of USB-C connect cords, and now I do. Okay. This was definitely one of the things I bought on stream. Uh and I think I originally had 3 in my cart, and I think I actually removed at least one of them. So this is a little silicone. No, I left all 3 in the cart. Okay. So this is a double end silicone sealing wax spatula, 98 cents each. Uh, and I bought 3 because I like having different tools sorted with my different stuff. So I have a Rubbermaid that has all my sealing wax stuff in it. And even though I generally use um, hot glue rather than sealing wax, um, this will still come in handy. So it's got a spoon on this end. It's flexible. And it's got a spatula on this end, which has flexible tip, but it is actually pretty rigid inside. So the whole thing isn't this is the whole thing isn't flexible, just like this part of it is, the end of it is, and then there's definitely a stick of some kind in there, and I don't want to bend it too much because I don't know if it's a metal stick or a wooden stick, and I wouldn't want to break it. But so I have, all my sealing wax stuff, whoops, in um in one uh like plastic container, and then I have my nail polish stuff in a different area. So I'd rather have more of these and have them in the different places of the different projects than have one and be like, oh, I could really use that for this XYZ project. Where is it? Oh, it's in with the sealing wax. I got to go bring out all the sealing wax stuff just to get it. So, all right. This was, let me turn that over since I have my address on it. Was the one item that came separately. So let me open that up. And this was not something I added on stream, but something I found. Is that everything? That's everything. Something I found later was colored UV resin. So this is expressly a purple UV resin. And it's kind of smaller than I thought. I knew it was only 10 mils, but it is kind of smaller. And I got this because what I found in using just regular UV resin was that it doesn't take pigment well. So I figured I would just get one with the pigment already. Okay, so I'm not like too chuffed at this. 10 milliliters, this was $1.88. So I would pay more for a bigger bottle for sure. I don't know how many things 10 milliliters is going to make. All right, so we've got my other 2 spatula spoons. So let's put those aside. All right, it's a box. What's in the box? All right. I don't have any idea. It says pink. Oh, I know what it is. This is the corner punch. Now, I will say this feels kind of flimsy for what it's purporting to do by cutting corners of paper. It feels real light in comparison to like some others that I have. But let's test it. I know this was on the cheaper side. This was $1.69. So I can't hate on it too terribly. One moment, let me give me a little intermission here while I find a suitable piece of paper. All right, thanks. I 100% should have put on some music, but this is just some stamps.com junkie mail. I just was looking for something that didn't have any identifiable information on it. So, push it in. It's kind of, I guess. Okay, it is super like a small radius. So it is the tiniest of little corner cut off, which is definitely more than my other cutters. So maybe later I'll reach in and get my other cutter. It's right over here. And show you the difference. But I'm not super mad at it. Okay, let me just fold up that little box and get that out of the way. All right. So yeah, I mean, I didn't think it had like this much of a radius, but it's a tiny little radius. It is just the slightest cut. All right. So, next item pulled from the grab bag. Ooh, okay. So this is not something I found on stream. It is a craft tool, and it is why I bought the little purple UV resin. Now, you could hate on me because, copyright who? Definitely not approved by Disney. Get that out of the way. But they're so cute. And there's tiny little, look at that. There's a little like Sakura, and there's a little ears, and there's the Maleficent. I think this is supposed to be a gummy bear, which is odd. But the little Mickey and the claw alien and a little crown and a heart, like and then this is bigger, more for like a keychain, and then this has even smaller Mickey and a heart, a moon, and a star, and little hearts, and the castle, and this. Oh, okay. So this will not fill all of this. This is like a proper resin situation. But these little ones, like to make earrings or something, that's my jam. So the first thing I was definitely going to make with them were these bad boys. So maybe toward the end here, I will. Well, probably not. We'll probably leave that for another stream because I'll have to bust out the UV light and things. But so excited for these. And this is like a little tray actually, because when you fill it, it'll fill up so you can see it's kind of offset, and then it'll be like this or like this. Maybe I can put them together. Maybe that's the jam. Okay. So excited. So as I was saying when I was doing the shopping on that stream was that the opaque molds really don't work that well for UV resin, but these like clear-ish molds do because they let the light in all the way. I'm excited for these. Okay. And using with the resin, like that's also where one of these little spatulas is gonna go with my resin stuff. All right. Next. No clue what this is. Let me give you an update on the price. So that mold, these molds were $3.79. That's not bad at all for just these little small molds. And for two of them, that's really not bad. They are a tiny bit smaller than I thought they would be, but I knew they would be pretty small. So I'm good with them. All right. I think what this is. Oh, going back, the minifig was 58 cents. So, um super worth it. I think this is either looking at what I ordered. I think this might be the mini drill. It just says Mariko tool. Okay. So, the mini drill was 518 if in fact that's what this is. So, let's see. Lots of yes, it's the mini drill because there are some tiny drill bits. All right. I appreciate that it comes in a Ziploc because I like to keep my things in Ziplocs to keep them all together. All right. So pulling this out, there is a little like Allen wrench to get the different drill bits in there. And there's the drill. Ugh, so excited. Now, why the Allen wrench isn't in with these, I don't really know, but I'm going to put it in there to keep it all together. And then the on off, the just regular USB. Okay. So, I'm not going to drill anything, but I am going to plug it in and see what kind of torque are we working with here? Give me just a second. Pull up my USB hub. Okay, he's plugged in. I have it up by the mic so you can hear that. That's a good little clip. It's not like it's moving, but I can definitely like put my hand up against it and it's not hurting. It's not like moving so much that it would like, you know, be hard for me to hold it in place. I dig it. I kind of more appreciate that you just plug it in than if it were rechargeable because rechargeable means you could go to use it and it's not charged and then you have to wait. So I appreciate that you just plug it in. Cool. Love it. All right. I'm going to use the little pink uh rubber band that came with it. I don't need all this packaging. Actually, this is kind of way too big of a bag to put it in, so I might eventually relocate it to a smaller bag. But for now, boom. All right. Let's set that up there. Move this down into my trash bag. Move these. Oh, that's a Ziploc, so I want to keep that for now. We are almost complete. All right. I'm just going to pull everything else out. That's it. All right. We've reached the bottom. Some of this stuff I added while on stream, some of it I didn't. So these are tiny. Okay. So these, let me take them out of the thing. These are the plastic fish needle threaders for threading a needle while sewing. A 10 piece was 79 cents. Seeing how tiny they are, I totally understand why you get 10 of them, because you're going to lose some of these, son. But let's see if you can see. So you put the needle in here, and you just use this little hook to put it through the head of the needle, grab the thing, and then pull it through, which is super handy. So I'm going to put these in my sewing box. Moving on, I did find these on the on stream, and these are also going in my sewing box. These are the how are they described? The heat erasable magic marker pen temperature disappearing fabric. Okay. So this 10 piece was $1.19, and for that you get the pen part, which let me open it up here and show you. So you get the pen part and then the refillable inks, like cartridges to go into the pen. I guess you unscrew it, and then you unscrew, and you put in the cartridge, et voila. I'm not gonna pull that off yet, but yeah. And then you can write on fabric, like you can write like sew here, or just mark where you're gonna have to tuck it, or etc. etc. And then allegedly they will come off when you iron the fabric. So that's real interesting. Um, I have not, now that we are like okay, don't hate me for this, and I'm gonna say this in words that are kind of YouTube vague. Um, we are winding down the pandemania, and so people are not wearing masks as much. So when I was making masks, I was making fabric masks a lot, and these would have been real handy there because I could just like mark where I needed to put the elastic or things like that, or where I needed to fold it or cut it, things like that. So that will be handy. And then these last two things are things that I did not buy. I did not add to my cart while on stream. But it's just a flea comb for my dog. Um, because I have a comb for her, but it's not meant to be a flea comb, so I wanted something actually with smaller teeth, and that was a whopping 71 cents. And then these are swivel wind chime hooks, and this is an 8-pack for $3.98. And I have had these, something similar, on my Amazon list for a while, and I have a couple of like things that I hang from the porch outside that get tangled up and then they break and they fall and stuff. So I like the swivelly action of this. Ooh, swivel, swivel. Um, and the 8-pack, like there's not anything inside my house that hangs from anything, but you never know. Um, and like holiday decorations is a good use for these as well. So just a little 8-pack of those for $4. And I feel like these are they're pretty thin. They're gonna hold what I want them to hold, which is just like a really light wind chime or a sun catcher, things like that. They're not gonna hold like your pots and pans. That's not what these are gonna do. So if that's what you were looking for them for, I would say either look for bigger ones or maybe look on Amazon for some more substantial ones for more of a weight. But these nice and little ones are good. Okay. So that was my haul. All said and done, all of this cost me $40 because that was $36.95 plus $3.99 in sales tax. So I would say I mean, especially considering um the t-shirt um templates, the t-shirt templates, the USB cord, the HDMI video capture card, all of that, like that's all, and the like mini electric drill, that's all totally worth $40. So I think I made out pretty well here. Um, so let's put this little person together. Let me get my light a little different so I can see it. All right. So what do you guys think? Do you think that was a pretty good haul? It was. I am a fan. I'm a fan. Uh oh. Well, that's backwards. But it's not backwards because there's not really a front and a back. So yeah. All right. Um, the reason I kind of like this too is that I could easily like cut vinyl and um personalize it if I really really wanted to. I don't. I want it just the little purple person it is. But I could if I really wanted to. Um, that together. So I think that was pretty good. And as you can see, trying to decide which. I think it goes like this. Oh, frick! Ah, we're down an arm capping. Just kind of pushing it against my table here to get. Jesus. All right. I think I don't intend this to be like for a child or kids. Arm coming off. There. All right. I think I have the hands in the generally the right way with the like scoop pointing in. Doesn't really matter. Ugh. Get in there. Ah, son of a bitch. For a second I was worried I broke a nail and I would have been pissed. Alright. And then ta-da! You really can't see the color that well. I do have another light coming. So hopefully that will help with the colors that I have going on because a lot of the colors on my thing. Let me try this and you can see I dropped it. Great. But you can see this is like a little more purple than it looks when I have that light on. Um it looks more periwinkle with the light on, but that looks about the right color. I don't know. Some things look washed out, some things don't. It's it's a mystery, honestly. Um well, thank you. That was my Temu haul and I got some pretty good um crafty supplies for all that. This is let me show you the difference in the like radius of that. Let's Um, all right. So I have, I hope you can still hear me. I have my stationery box here, and I have a corner cutter chilling somewhere in this box down here. All right. So, bring that here. This is the corner cutter that I usually use, and you can see the radius on it is a bit more substantial. Going back to this mail, this is the corner that I cut with this, and this is the corner cut with this. So you can see the radiuses are pretty different. So putting them up to each other, I don't know. You can sort of see. Yeah. So there you go. You can see how different it is in terms of what was cut. But I'm not like mad at it. But this feels like honking, and this feels kind of cheap. But this also has like the thing that holds in the little cuts, which I like. This that'll show you the difference between the two cuts. Get out of there. Yeah. So the pink one takes off just a little tiny bit, like just the tip, just enough to round out the corner. And then this blue one takes quite a bit off to get the corner rounded off. So, yeah. Can you? Aha. I might have been very, very quiet for a minute. Sorry about that. All right. So, you can see the difference in size. This is the blue one that I bought probably at Michael's or Joann's, and this is the pink one that I just got from Temu. So a bigger radius of cut on this one, a smaller, but they're both nice. They both give a page or a little card, just a little bit of rounding, which I like, and that's why I got them. That's why I have it in my little stationery box so I can just snip off a corner and give a little card or a note in like an order that somebody places with me, or uh something I made somebody and I'm sending it to them, just a little bit of zhuzh there. So all right, that is my haul here, and I think next time we will either, and I will put it up for a vote on either I will put it up for a vote probably on Twitter and on my community page, what we want to do next. Do we want to do some resin stuff with this? Do we want to go back to some more diamond painting? I have a small little it's actually a holiday like ornament, but I could easily do the whole thing on stream. Um or I also have some figurines that I'm going to be painting that I got for Christmas, um, that we could do. So basically, it'll be resin, diamond dot, or more painting. So that will go up later today in the community tab, and y'all can vote on it and tell me what craft you want to do next time. So, thank you all for joining me this lovely afternoon. It is a chilly 56 degrees here in the Bay Area with a grayer than gray sky. Mwah. Perfect. Um, so thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this haul. I am happy to put links down in the description below of all this stuff so that you can get your own if you want it. This is just so dang cute. I'm sorry. Oh, the little girl is going to love this. Okay. Thanks for joining. I will see you guys next time.